Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, um, 10th canto, chapter 82, text 42 and 43. I will read the translation and then we'll read and then we'll do the Sanskrit. Translation: Do you perhaps think I'm ungrateful and thus hold me in contempt? After all, it is the Supreme Lord who brings living beings together and then separates them. Purport: Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti reveals the gopis' thoughts. We are not like you, who, with your heart shattered by remembering us day and night, gave up all sense enjoyment in your distress of separation. Rather, we have not remembered you at all. In fact, we have been quite happy without you. In response, Krishna here asks whether they resent his ingratitude. Text 43. Just as the wind brings together masses of clouds, blades of grass, wisps of cotton, and particles of dust, only to scatter them all again, so the Creator deals with his created beings in the same way. Sanskrit of 42. Apya avya yayatsam svid akrita gyanan shankaya nunam bhutani bhagavan yunaktya vyunakta cha. Again, do you perhaps think I'm ungrateful and thus hold me in contempt? After all, it is the Supreme Lord who brings living beings together and then separates them. This is Krishna's ask here in response to the gopis resenting his ingratitude. They're saying, we weren't thinking of you at all. And then he says, just as the wind brings together masses of clouds, blades of grass, wisps of cotton, and particles of dust, only to scatter them all again, so the Creator deals with his created beings in the same way. Omaganya Timirannasya Kiranjanan Shalakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Mina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Didati Swaparantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utha Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrijatam Sahagana Raghunatvitam Tam Sujivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamscha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabando Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Prananami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I'm going to focus on text 43. Just as the wind brings together masses of clouds, blades of grass, wisps of cotton, and particles of dust, only to scatter them all again, so the Creator deals with his created beings in the same way. We are in rare territory, as our Gosharan Prabhu was mentioning yesterday. I don't think anybody that's been giving classes feels there's the qualification to be speaking about these subject matters. This is a place when Bhaktivinoda Thakur was asked where he would want to be. He was saying, I would want to be in Kurukshetra. I want to be here in this moment that we're discussing in the Bhagavatam. I want to be here helping Srimati Radharani and all the gopis, helping to pull Krishna back to Vrindavan. And this is stuff that Um, yeah, I'm not re I can't, I have no qualification. So a few blessings would be helpful, and then we can see what comes out, and then we can maybe talk about this, or we can talk about Ananda Bihari. Both are very good things. So we've got a mix of many different flavors happening right now. When I was younger, I would go to you go to a restaurant or something. Do you remember taking the what is it? The um like the pop, I mean, we call it pop or soda, pop cups, and then you'd put Sprite in there, and then you'd put Dr. Pepper, and then you put Mellow Yellow, and you just mix them all together, and it wouldn't taste very good. But this scene that we've made it into right now is the flavors are unlimited, and the tastes are uh, so relishable that it's hard to describe. On one hand, we have these amazingly delicate, beautiful dealings that are happening, as we just heard, the etiquette of Krishna and Balaram going to meet Nanda and Yashoda again and meeting their parents, and the tears are flooding, and the exchanges are just absolutely beautiful. And now Krishna's sneaking away to meet the gopis. There is a lot of rasa that is happening here, and it's very, very thick, and it's very, very beautiful. And then at the same time, Krishna is also speaking some truths, and I will speak on those things because I'm more inclined and not capable of understanding these flavors that are there. But Krishna speaks this, uh, the word that's coming to me is god awful truth. It's one of the most difficult truths um, in this material atmosphere, in one sense, because of the temporary nature of this material atmosphere. I remember when we lived in 4E, uh, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj would come around, and there was always a bit of a discussion in our house because, growing up in the movement, as they'll say, the devotees that live there, not myself, I did not hear the holy name till I was 23. So, but those devotees, very exalted, wonderful devotees, and there would always be this discussion of, but is the material world suffering? Because there was some quote unquote good karma that was flowing through, and it wasn't always so difficult. And I remember Radhanath Maharaj sitting down with us one time and sharing it, in one sense, the picture of how difficult material life is and how wonderful spiritual life is. And that was the essence of the conversation. And from that day on, there wasn't really a discussion in the house anymore about whether there was suffering here. And um, this verse 43 is one of the most painful experiences that we have in the material atmosphere. As the wind brings together masses of clouds, blades of grass, wisps of cotton, and particles of dust. Or just the other day, have you ever seen a spider web in the air? Has anybody ever seen that? Like, not like a full spider web. Jai Prabhu, you have? Yeah, it's a wild thing. I was just walking the other day and I saw a spider web in the air, and I thought I've seen that before, but it was amazing that there was just a spider web floating in the air. So wisp was caught in particles of dust, spider webs, only to scatter them all again. The creator deals with his created beings in the same way. So I learned this harsh reality probably when I experienced it for the first time, probably when I was maybe, what was it? I don't know what, I know it was second grade. So whatever age that is, 7, 8, something like that. You have your dear friend. So Tulsi Vilas is there. We had a dear friend. His name was Travis. And Travis, uh, you know, we spent all our time with Travis. And then what happened was Travis moves to Texas. And that just didn't happen. Nobody moved away from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. You just lived there. Your family was there. Everybody's been there for generations. How on earth can Travis move? That doesn't make any. So wait, he's not going to be here tomorrow to play with? This doesn't make any sense to me. And tears were definitely shed for an extended period of time. And my mother tried to console me. Said, you know, we can write to him. We can write to him. We can be pen pals. Well, pen pals doesn't do it. You know, pen pals is not playing. Pen pals is not the exchange. And so, how does this person that I've uh, come to care about and come to love, how are they allowed to just go? That doesn't make any sense to me. And that was just the first taste of that. But you forget. I mean, I forgot. And then you forget. You go about your day, you go about your life, and then you create more relationships and you let people in the heart, and then they go. Think about your high school mates or friends. It's like, where are they? They were at that moment, they were so close to you. At that moment, they were your life. They were your social life. They were your whatever it may be. It was so tight, so close. And now I don't even know if I stay in touch with one of my high school friends. If I went back to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, I'd probably see a few, but I yeah, where are they? College, the same thing, especially being a sportsman. You're so close with 15 people. You think this is it. This is our life together. And after this, we're going to get together and we're going to do something great. And one person I stay in touch with still out of those 15, one. And everybody's scattered all over the country. Every 5 years we get together, we do an alumni game, we laugh, we joke, we talk about those things, but everybody's changed. Everybody has their kids, everybody has their life, everybody, some have big ups, some have big downs, but everybody's different, everybody's changed and scattered away. And also a very painful experience is also when you're quote unquote preaching or you're trying to share Krishna consciousness. And I'm sure our Jai Tai and Baba Bhakti can relate to this. It's like you you the blood, sweat, and tears, the heart that goes into loving and caring for people, and then you find yourself in a different location or physical place, and you're just thinking, what happened? How is that possible? You're not allowed to do that. That's not okay because your heart is still connected with people and loving those people and thinking about them. I still dream about, New York all the time and all the people that are there because they're in the heart. So how is that possible that this world is set up in such a way that the creator, Krishna, can bring us together and take us apart? Now, if it's a material consciousness, that is the most painful thing. But on the spiritual level or on spiritual consciousness, the moment you reconnect with that person because you've developed a relationship on that level, there's no time has passed. That connection is strong. It's very, very deep. It's loving. It's picks up right where it left off. All those people that Adipurush Prabhu met in across the pond, getting donations for the building that everybody's sitting in there. That's a spiritual connection. Those are eternal connections that go on and they last. And then there's some that are very special. It's almost like a glimpse into the spiritual reality where you've got the like-minded people that you connect with that there's only a select few. It's a small number for each and every one of us. It's not thousands, it's not hundreds. It's a small number of people that basically we walk each other home this lifetime. So here we are sitting in under Radha Muralidhar and Gaurachandra's shelter, Srila Prabhupada's shelter, obviously. And it's a select few people that right now we're walking home with. And it's a beautiful part of the journey is to be able to connect with these wonderful souls and then to help each other home. And we don't know how long it's going to be. And that's tough to stomach and swallow, but also to trust. That's the hardest thing, to trust that it's a perfect arrangement for each and every one of us, that somehow, some way, due to the karmas, due to the destiny, that we'll be together and that we'll be apart. One person that I know right now is reading The Power of Now, and they were preaching to me the power of now. I think the guy's name's Eckhart Tolle, and how wonderful it is to take a deep breath and be here now and be present. And I think as devotees, we can learn, we can glean a lot from that because I think we tend to be quite passionate in our um, Krishna consciousness, and we can be thinking about the next thing versus the connection that's right in front of me right now, the people that are right in front of me right now, and trusting that this is always bringing me into a place um, of deeper and deeper connection. The Vaishnavas, as Gorsharan said, the point of um, or Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was saying, is that the point of this life is to serve the Vaishnavas. So the Vaishnavas that are around us are very special, and there's some that will become very close to us, and that we can keep walking each other home with. Um, and I wanted to read a little bit from a letter that Srila Prabhupada wrote, where when I read the translation, I thought right away of the list of names poem that Srila Prabhupada had wrote, and how deep of a realization that went for him, the Vrindavan Bhajan um, poem that he wrote. So I'm going to read just a little bit of this. It's an amazing, believe it's 25, let's see, 25, 27 verses that just go deeper and deeper and deeper. And we're familiar usually with the first few verses. So I'm going to read the first few verses, and then I can send the link and you can read it at your own time. So this is Srila Prabhupada, Vrindavan Bhajan. I'm sitting alone in Vrindavan Dham. In this mood, I'm getting many realizations. I have my wife, my sons, daughters, grandsons, everything. But I have no money, so they are a fruitless glory. Krishna has shown me the naked form of material nature, and by his strength, it has all become tasteless to me today. I gradually take away all the wealth of those upon whom I'm merciful. How was I able to understand this mercy of the all merciful? Just that statement. How am I able to even understand that mercy? This was mercy upon me. When you read the Lilamrita, especially the beginning parts, and when we're in New York, it's like we gotta. That's like the Bible of New York, because of those steps leading up to getting to New York are so powerful, of what Srila Prabhupada went through and how it gradually kept getting taken away. Everything he was wanting kept getting taken away, taken away, taken away, except for his pure devotional service. Verse 2, everyone's abandoned me, seeing me as penniless, wife, relative, friends, brothers, everyone. This is misery, but it gives me a laugh. I sit alone and laugh. In this Maya samsar, whom do I really love? Where have all my loving father and mother gone to now? And where are all my elders, who are my own folk? Who will give me the news of them? Tell me, who? All that is left of this family life is a list of names. Verse 3, like the froth on the sea water mixes again in the sea, Maya samsar's play is just like that. No one is mother or father or personal relative. Just like the sea foam, they remain but a short time. Just as the froth and seawater mixes again into the sea, the body made of 5 elements meets with destruction. How many bodies does the embodied soul take in this way? His relatives are all simply related to this temporal body. And then Srila Prabhupada flips it in verse 4. He says, but everyone is your relative, brother, on the spiritual platform. This relationship is not tinged with the smell of Maya. The Supreme Lord is the soul of everyone, and in relation to him, everyone in the universe is the same. All your relatives, brother, all the billions of jivas, when seen in relation to Krishna, they are all in harmony. Forgetting Krishna, the jiva desires for sense gratification, and as a result, he is firmly grasped by Maya. So anyway, I'll leave it there. And this Srila Prabhupada takes it a little bit deeper. Um, but to meditate on these pastimes that we get to read now, especially in the 10th canto, you need both. You need that sobering realization of the temporary nature of the material atmosphere, the temporary nature of even some of our relationships, the temporary nature of where we are, and then you need this sweetness of these exchanges. The sweetness of just this one exchange it can sustain us. This one beautiful exchange of the meeting of the beloved. I uh, I I saw a couple reunite. I mean, when you go to the airport a lot, you get to see that a lot where people come back together after some time. And I saw a couple reunite, and you could tell that this couple, the amount of thought that was going on that led to I mean, nobody was filming it, so it seemed to be quite real. The speed at which they ran towards each other and hug jump jump hugged. I don't know. It was amazing because of the care and the separation in that moment of longing. And that's our life actually. You know, once we're touched by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, our life is it's a life of longing again, to be back in that embrace and to be able to please the Vaishnavas and to serve them and to be in that atmosphere. We were just at, I'll close with this. We were just at 6 hour kirtan. Our Vasudev was here, jumping and dancing, and um, I was ecstatic. It was a, his name was Godrumna Prabhu. He was a Prabhupada disciple. He was leading Gaur Arti, and it was just getting, it was one of those kirtans. You had Amal Harinam there. You had Ananta Garanga all drumming. You had the whole thing, and the mood was just unbelievable. And Little Jai was there with me, and I was throwing him in the air, and everybody was just getting wild and dancing. And then at the end of it, Udrumna Prabhu gives the Prem Damani prayers, and then everybody hits the deck. And Jai grabs my hand, Little Jai grabs my hand, and he goes, I want to be at the eco village. And because he's got a taste for that devotion there. He says, I want to be at the eco village. I said, buddy, you are right now. You can be there right now. And look at Radha Sham Sundar. And that's our life, right? We want to be with the Vaishnavas. We want to be with these wonderful souls that can take us to Krishna and his associates. So Om Tat Sat, I'll stop there and you open it up for any questions, or I would definitely like to um, do a little glorification of our Ananda Bihari because I've got volumes of praises to shower upon him. So if there's any questions, we can start there, and then I'll start praising when we're done.
Hare Krishna, wonderful class. Jai Giridhari Prabhu, thank you. Is that Adipurusha Prabhu wanting to glorify Krishna?
Yeah, there's a verse, Parastas Matu Bhavanyo Victo Vitatinatana, that beyond this dimension of existence, you spoke about this so perfectly, um, and how the material world, Prabhupada was saying, all these material relationships, all I have is a list of names. You know, the material world is like a perilously just everything changing and things being ripped away from us by time and space. But Prabhupada tells us we are outside of time and space.
Mm.
He speaks about his spiritual, I am never separated from my spiritual master. So there's another dimension, another quality of life. We read about Richard Wurmbrand. He was put in solitary confinement. He was a preacher in Romania, and they wouldn't let even the guards talk to him for years. And he was alone in this cell. And he writes that he experienced what's called the communion of saints.
Mm.
In the Apostles' Creed, it says, I believe in the forgiveness of sins. I believe in the communion of saints. And he said, when I was doing kirtan in that solitary confinement, when I was glorifying the Lord, when I was remembering the words of scripture, I was connected to every other devotee who ever lived in any time, in any place. I was there with them. And as soon as I stopped glorifying Krishna, as soon as I stepped out of the kirtan mood, I was alone. But we have that access. You spoke about the two different qualities of life, the material quality of life, which is like, getting ripped apart by time and circumstance. And then there's the spiritual quality of life, my own experience. And I choke to think about this. And there are devotees that I've been working with for 50 years. 50 years. And I still see them and talk to them. I spoke to 4 or 5 of them yesterday on the phone. And, it's the relationship is there when we're serving Krishna. And even if you're sleeping in the same bed with somebody, if you're not serving Krishna together, you're separated, right? So we have those two choices. Dive into devotional service, glorify the Lord, and be with everybody. Like Sundakari says, underneath everything, everybody loves everybody. But in the material world, people are separated and competing with each other. Maybe I'm talking too long. Glory to Srila Prabhupada, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada said to his disciples when they asked him what was going to happen when he would leave the planet, and Srila Prabhupada says, "You chant Hare Krishna here, and I'll be chanting Hare Krishna there, and there's no question of separation. Just chant Hare Krishna." Any questions? Please contribute to the yagya.
I think we're all getting ready to contribute to the Ananda Bihari Yagya. All right, I'm starting. So the first time I saw this wonderful Vaishnav, they told me his name was Vaishnav. I said, okay. I thought that was his initiated name was Vaishnav. That excellent name. And so this Vaishnav is sitting there on a mat next to Bhakta Belin uh, on a
Dan
mat.
Bellin, wow.
Yeah, next to Dan Bellin. In the back of the temple, he had his spot on the second floor, and he just had his and then he'd get up and go, and then come back. And I didn't know. I thought he was part of the ashram. Uh, Apparently, he wasn't part of the ashram. Apparently, had a job. He was responsible. He was earning. He was like a normal person, and he was so extraordinary, actually, because when I found that out, when I found, oh my God, he goes to a job every single day, and then he still comes back here and sleeps on the floor. What does this even mean? What is that about? How do you not have your own apartment? How do you not do all? And I just remember being struck by Ananda Bihari's sincerity and genuine dedication. It was something very inspiring to me as yeah, and in contrast to some others that I met at that same time, he was very, very responsible and a true Vaishnav. So when he actually got initiated, which it was a long time, right? I remember thinking he's such a Vaishnav. My God, what are you talking about? He's not initiated, but it felt like forever. Then it was clear, and I also love his name because I joke with him, Ananda Bihari is the independent enjoyer, right? He's like he is he is his own person for sure, and yet his heart is just filled with gold because I mean, look at this yagya that he's taken on. You know, the steadiness, the care, the affection he has for all of us, and this community it's really something to be studied. And um, yeah, my deepest respects to you on this day, 4-0. Um, that's what the body is, but my God, what an exalted soul and family, and then also creating this beautiful family, beautiful example you are, Ananda Bihari, and as always, my deepest respects to you. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Jai Giridhari Prabhu. Yeah, I'm in the solitary confinement of my mind. And this morning class and the Devotees Association is my communion of saints. Please bless me so I never step out of this association. Thank you, Jai Giridhari. Thank you for
Thank
encouraging
you.
me.
Thank you. You are blessed. Jamuna Jaya.
Hare Krishna, good morning. Thanks, Jai, for class. Wonderful. And thanks for giving us this space to glorify Ananda Bihari on this special day. Yeah. This past time it was all about this family reunion that's happening. And every morning we have this family reunion. And who is our host, Ananda Bihari, that knows everyone, that if someone's missing for a couple days, welcomes them back, that everyone, just like every deity has a special name, he has a nickname for every last one of us that speaks to call. Notice that is just he's got a little special details, not just good morning. He never fails to do that. And then, he does the hardest job in the world, as you do. He's a parent. He's a parent. He serves. He's here with us. So, Ananda Bihari, it is just of all the people that we may come and go and be blown through life in these different sanghas, I'm sure I'm happy that Krishna blew me into your association. You're joyous, you're wonderful, you're a leader. Thank you so, so much for encouraging me to do something I knew I would never do, which is give class. Thank you so much. Many, 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 many more years of serving Krishna.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Jamuna Jai. Your classes make people cry. You're a queen of
Because they're like,
smiles.
stop making her say Sanskrit. Stop.
She's the
Ananda
queen of.
Bihari's head is
She's,
blowing up like a balloon. He's starting to float away. You guys must stop it.
I'm a balloonie, yeah. Jamuna Jai is the queen of smiles, but she makes people cry. Interestingly enough. Thank you, Jamuna Jai. Oh, Hare Krishna. Bhima Prabhu, do you know why everybody's glorifying me? Do you know what happened?
Bhima, does he know?
I don't know.
Yeah, see, he doesn't know.
40 Bhima Prabhu.
Oh, it's his birthday?
Yes, it is.
With all that gray hair, I thought he was encroaching 50. Oh, congratulations, my man. Now it's all downhill from here. Just sit on your skateboard and ride it down the hill with Ram, you and Ram together.
Yeah.
You can Prabhu, when he gets to be, of course, you did it with Garangi, of course, such a lovely family, such a lovely family. But with Ram, you're going to be able to be a kid all over again. Don't be afraid to get on those knees and get Legos out and teach him how to climb, little hills and call them mountains. Just you have a second childhood ahead of you, and you can enjoy life through Ram's eyes, and you can see how Krishna loves us so endearingly because we're his children, and the reflection, we say, oh, it's a perverted reflection, but no, sometimes you can see clearly. You say, geez, if this is, and this is from Krishna, then what Krishna has in store for us. So it's a wonderful thing, Prabhu. Today's your birthday. You don't need any birthday balloons because I'm looking at one right now.
Yeah.
Let some air out of that head before you deal with me the rest of the day, all right?
Thank you, Bhima Kajiraj.
Old man.
Thank you.
Part
Take a look
roast
at
too. It's a
yourself.
part roast. This is good.
Yeah, it's a sobering blessing.
Yeah.
Shock therapy. Bhima is our shock therapist. We were talking how everybody's a therapist these days, especially in the Vaishnava circles. So Bhima Prabhu is a shock therapist. Yeah.
It's great. Krishna Daya, you got something?
Yes, so thank you first of all for the wonderful class and repeating Srila Prabhupada prayers. And then also thank you for initiating this glorification of such a sweet devotee who is involved in the beginning of every day for many devotees. We can see, like in the beginning of the class, the example of his impact in everyone's life in the morning. Most of the devotees, they try to switch on the camera. Some devotees, just to, personally reciprocate his, reciprocation. So he makes everybody feel personal, and then it doesn't miss out anybody. Whoever is joining the call, he takes their name. And then sometimes, as Jamuna Jaya, she was telling, like, gives some nickname, or glorifies something. So this is the personal aspect. So, and that encourages many people. We see over the 3 years I'm seeing, people are consistent in attending Bhagavatam class. So this is just to hear their name from, Anand Bihari Prabhu's mouth. Just like cows, Krishna, says, please come back. Cows don't come back. So then Krishna personally calls each and every cow's name, so that, the cows come. Similarly, this is what personal reciprocation. They want to hear from Anand Bihari Prabhu's mouth, individual name. So, and people will be very happy, and that's what he's doing. And then that's how, he's able to successfully maintain this yajna. Thank you so much. And then he's very serious about this service. He likes to maintain till 8 o'clock. He says, let's continue this again. Then afterglow also. That is not, 8 o'clock over, come, close it over, my responsibility. No, that's not a serious person. They're serious in Bhagavatam discussion. So it continues little bit. I'm really amazed, and especially in this forum, I would like to thank Mataji, Chinmay Radhika Mataji, for, so nicely assisting Prabhu. It would not have been possible, once a day, 3 days a week, that's okay. Every day, with the family, my goodness, it's not a joke. Thank you to Chinmay Radhika Mataji and then Gaurangi and Ram for helping Prabhu to share that bliss with all of us. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then we look forward for your Sangha rest of our life. Thank you. Haribol.
Thank you, Krishna Daya Prabhu. I think you really got to the bottom of things here. It's all Chinmay Radha's glories. It's all uh, her credit that I'm able to function. Thank you, Prabhu. Who's glorifying me next? Mike.
Mike's ready.
Namaste, Hare Krishna. So first, I just wanted to let you know, you're not 40 years old only. You're 520 full moons years old, too.
Wow.
So you're wise in your age. And, I was thinking the other day, how I try to attend this practice every Monday morning. I really try my best. I move my schedule to get to Monday mornings. And over the past year and a half or so, it's really added to my life. And not kidding at all, I absolutely thought to myself, I wonder if I would have stuck with this if Ananda Bihari hadn't been hosting this. Because you're so nice in the morning when we join. You always remember everyone's name, and you absolutely make us feel welcome. You make us participate, right? And it becomes this really, really wonderful Sangha. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. And you really do enrich my life. And the other devotees too enrich my life with this practice as much as I can make it. So happy birthday and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Mike Prabhu. Hare Krishna. I'm really, really inspired and encouraged in my service. Thank you.
Yeah, keep it going. I think we need Jeffrey Ackler to send some distinguished words on you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Jai, for this class, and Ananda Bihari. Wow. I can't say anything that anybody hasn't already said. Your dedication, your certainty, and that certainty that comes through in your constant positive mental attitude is infectious. Like Mike was saying, maybe we wouldn't all come every day if it wasn't for you, but there is this reassurance in your personhood that this is real, that this process and this community works, and that is more valuable than a million conceptual philosophies or or um, or discussions about lofty, esoteric concepts. To see you come here every day with a smile on your face and greet us as though you were happy to see us.
I am happy. I get out of the darkness of ignorance every morning, and I'm so happy throwing myself in your association.
It
I'm the benefactor here.
it really makes us think that that love is real. And God bless you. Thank you so much.
Love is real. I'm taking that one-liner. Love is real. Who could have thought? Thank you, Jeffrey Prabhu. Janitai Prabhu.
I agree with Jeffrey. There's not much more that can be said, but of course, even Sesha Nag could go on for lifetimes with thousands of hoods glorifying you. Ananda Bihari Prabhu, your name. Ananda, you are certainly the personification of bliss, always smiling. I don't think you wake up from any darkness of ignorance. You probably wake up laughing and smiling, giggling to yourself. Whenever I see you, you're always blissful. And it's always amazing. Ananda Bihari is like also he's very mystical. Whenever we go out for a walk, we never cease to bump into Ananda Bihari Prabhu somewhere in New York. It's like, so either he's stalking us or he's just got this mystical potency to remind us of Krishna. And what a beautiful name, Vaishnava. That's great that the devotees nicknamed you Vaishnava from the beginning. I'd love to hear how you got that nickname and who gave that to you. But I just want to thank you for your amazing steady service. Every day you're here and you can see how much the devotees love you. This is just pure mercy being poured on you that so many Vaishnavas feel within their heart love and appreciation and gratitude for you and your service. So you're truly blessed and wishing you a happy 40th. Hari Hari.
Thank you, Janitai Prabhu.
Now Krishna's coming.
Stop it.
Jai. Jai. The large spiritual master are the only way by which we can obtain pure devotional service. I bow down to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean. He opens my darkened eyes. He is my Lord. Oh, Master, give us a shame.
Srila Prabhupada's precious lotus feet ki jai. Hare Krishna, welcome to the Afterglow. Would anyone like to contribute to the yagya? Jai Giridhari left, but the yagya goes on. Hare Krishna, please.
I'd love to contribute. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Kumar.
Yeah, I think there's so much more to say. Ananda Bihari Prabhu, he asks the difficult questions about dishes. And he's always making fun. People don't even know. So much fun. And he never gives the stink eye. I'm late most days, but he never gives me the stink eye. So I have so much appreciation for your openness to be a part of this community. And I think specifically the difficult questions, that it's okay, questions that are difficult. It's really, really important for all of us to build our faith. So thank you. And
Thank you, Krishna Kumar. It was so nice to see you and your family, Janardhan Prabhu, Yogi, your wonderful daughter in person. Such a wonderful family. And Janardhan Prabhu looks like a hipster. You're taking good care of him. He looks happy.
he
And
was
Yogi
actually
too.
offended that you called him a hipster.
Yeah. Tell him I beg for forgiveness. Right? I only come for a compliment.
He doesn't understand your jokes.
Okay, yeah, I'll apologize to him next time. I'll see him. It just looked cool. I couldn't help.
I told him from our age, that's a compliment. From his age, it's a
Yeah.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Krishna Kumari.
Thank you. Thank you for having another child.
He's right here.
Jai Ram.
Just fell asleep while everybody was glorifying me.
Perfect.
Thank you, Krishna Kumari. Okay, Adipusha Prabhu, would you like to glorify Krishna, not me? Oh, you glorified already. Okay. Okay. Unmute if you want to speak. Tell us how Das is doing.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, we want to thank you and ask you to forgive our offenses. And also, we're not afraid to glorify you because we know that you will pass the
Hand it
credit
off to Chinmaya Radha.
to Chinmaya, which is who is helping you stay connected to your spiritual master. So your spiritual master, by glorifying you, we're glorifying Maharaj, and in this way, you won't become puffed up. If we think this glorification is for me, then it's dangerous. But just like if somebody gives us the viceroy the taxes, he passes it on to the government, and so we do want to thank you so much for how your spiritual master is working through you in such a beautiful way to encourage us to be steady in the practice of devotional service that Guru is giving us. Come together to glorify Krishna, come together to hear Krishna's word, come together to encourage each other in devotional service. So thank you.
Thank you, Adipusha Prabhu. Yeah, whatever qualification I may have, I owe it to my spiritual master, to Srila Prabhupada, to you, Adipusha Prabhu, to you. You come right
Yeah,
after
who
my
else?
guru.
Who else? Who
Who
else?
else? You,
Whatever
Devi
glories
Prabhu.
you
No,
give
not
me,
me.
I say, oh, glory
Not
to
me.
Prabhupada.
Who else, Ananda Bihari? Who else? Not me. Who?
My
She's
guru,
standing right next to you.
Adipusha Prabhu.
She's giving you the side eye right now.
She's sleeping. She's sleeping.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
listening. She's listening.
Yeah. Yeah, Chimay Radha, Ganesham Prabhu, all those wonderful devotees that blessed me with their association. Bhima Prabhu is that friend that I've always wanted to have. Like,
Bihari Prabhu, hope
yes,
you have a great and blissful happy birthday and a year ahead. Thank you for your steady and wonderful service. It inspires all of us. It keeps us going, whatever you do. It's
thank
a
you,
difficult seva,
Sundarananda.
but then it's a difficult seva, but you carry it off really well. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Sundarananda. Thank you very much. It's a blissful seva.
I was literally under a horse, taking up his hoof and cleaning out the ice ball that forms. And my phone drops out of my pocket, lands on the ground, and it goes badoop. And it was Ananda Bihari going, "Class, are you coming to class?" So with one horse leg in my arm, I reached down and clicked on Zoom. And here I am in class. It is true that Ananda Bihari is vigilant. He actually has the building that we're in is called the Vigilant, and that's what Ananda Bihari is. He does vigil for us every morning, bringing us all together and also calling upon us. I saw yesterday that you called someone out that normally wouldn't speak, and it was such a lovely response from her. I can't remember the name.
Dana
But
Krishna Radharani.
yeah, Dana Krishna's Radharani. It's a long name. Yeah, it was so sweet, and sometimes people need to be pulled out a little bit, and all of a sudden, everybody sees a little shining star, and you do that. You're like a telescope. You reach out into the sky, and you say, "Look at this shining star." So thank you very much, Ananda Bihari. Just keep it up, keep it going, and can't wait to see your first Lego set that you buy for Ram.
Thank you, Viva Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees, for your friendship, for your blessings.
We're all lucky to be your cows.
That's a wonderful meditation. Yeah, Krishna is personal. It's all bhakti is personal. So we have wonderful things to meditate on in whatever we do. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm so grateful for you. I just want you to know that, I everything everyone said, I totally agree with. Like, I can't even every single thing. And the best thing is there's been so many hard mornings that I have. And I know that when I log on here, like, it's like you're giving us all a big hug and saying it's gonna be okay. Krishna's here. And I'm just so grateful. And even when I was in your stage group, and I learned so much. I mean, oh my gosh, the Shastra you would you would quote and be able to put behind every single thing that we talked about was amazing. And being able to yeah, to really just like talk about the things that are not easy to talk about, and making it safe and comfortable to do that. And so thank you for being such a welcoming soul. And yeah, grateful for all of your service and hard work. And I'm grateful for this whole community. Thank you.
Thank you, Dana Krishna Radharani. I'm so happy that I was able to serve you in this way. Thank you for you, Dana Krishna Radharani. You're always there. You don't skip the beat. Thank you. Ganesham Prabhu, who was the person who told me about His Holiness Sachinandan Swami, who accepted me as his disciple. He told me about Maharaj, that when he came to the Bhakti Center to stay one time, he would he woke up in the morning. It was 4 o'clock or something like that, early in the morning. All the brahmacharis were there with him, sleeping on the floor. And Ganesham saw him kind of sit up on the floor and then make a big stretch with his arms and say, "Another day in Lord Chaitanya's movement." And he was so happy. He was smiling. Then he started pounding on the bathroom door saying, "Hey, open the door. I'm a sannyasi." You're supposed to let me use the bathroom first. He was so happy and jolly. So all glories to His Holiness Sachinandan Swami, to His Grace Adipusha Prabhu, Bhima Prabhu, all the devotees that blessed me with their association. So with this, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you very much. We are going to request Hemangi to say Hare Krishna to complete the yajna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, and once again, a very happy Krishna conscious birthday. Thank you so much for all you do. I just wanted to share my experience. So this weekend, I had I was at Bhakti Center to attend the retreat with Radhika Das, and I had a good fortune to meet up with Jai Nitai Prabhu as well. And he only recognized me because of, because you call out my name every day. So I'm so blessed to be part of this Sangha. And that's the power of association of a pure devotee like you. And I so much pray that throughout this life, I have your association, so that at the end of my life, when I enter the spiritual world, Krishna will recognize me because of you. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Hemangi. You're so sincere, so sweet and encouraging. Thank you so much for your association. We're going to go all together. We're going to continue our class wherever we go next. The yagya will continue. Why give it up? Hare Krishna. Okay, Shrimad Bhagavatam, King of Books, Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada, Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.